Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's good to be with you. Over the years, I've been asked a lot of questions about success, about resilience, about how to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. And almost always, the conversation boils down to two words: discipline and motivation. People often wonder, which one is the real driver? Which one should I be chasing? And today, I want to share some thoughts, some experiences from my own journey. From the quiet early mornings of training to some of the most challenging situations imaginable, that might just offer a different perspective. We all know what motivation feels like, don't we? It's that surge of energy, that burst of excitement when you start something new. A new fitness goal, a new project at work, learning a new skill. It's exhilarating. You feel unstoppable, and in those moments, it feels like nothing can stand in your way. You plan, you dream, you envision the finish line. And don't get me wrong, motivation is powerful. It's the spark. It's what gets you off the starting block. But what happens when that spark fades? Because inevitably it does. Life happens. Doubts creep in. The novelty wears off. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and that initial, "I'm going to conquer the world," feeling is replaced by a strong desire to just hit snooze. I've seen it countless times in myself and in others. That's when motivation, all by itself, simply isn't enough. It's a fickle friend, showing up when it pleases and often disappearing right when you need it most. Now let's talk about discipline. Discipline, especially in the context of a soldier's life, often gets a bad rap. People hear it and think of rigid rules, harsh punishments, a lack of freedom. But I want you to consider it differently. Think of discipline not as a constraint, but as a commitment to yourself. It's the conscious choice to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's the quiet, consistent effort that builds day by day, moment by moment. I remember vividly during some of the most demanding training exercises. We were exhausted, physically and mentally drained. The motivation to push harder had long vanished, replaced by a dull ache and a constant battle against our own minds. But what kept us moving? What kept us focused on the mission? It wasn't a sudden burst of enthusiasm. It was the discipline ingrained in us. The habit of putting one foot in front of the other, of checking our gear, of communicating, of looking out for our comrades. It was the understanding that our individual discomfort was secondary to the larger objective. That's where the true power lies. Discipline is the engine that keeps moving, even when the fuel of motivation runs low. It's the bedrock upon which all lasting success is built. It's getting up every day, not because you're excited about the task, but because you've made a promise to yourself. It's about building those small, consistent habits that, over time, compound into something remarkable. Brushing your teeth, eating well, exercising, learning something new, being present with your loved ones. These aren't always thrilling, but their cumulative effect is profound. Think about it. When you make discipline your default, you create a sense of calm. You reduce the mental chatter of should I or shouldn't I? You know what needs to be done, and you do it. This frees up mental energy, allows for clearer thinking, and cultivates a deeper sense of self-trust. You stop waiting for inspiration to strike, and instead, you become the architect of your own inspiration. You build momentum through consistent action. And ironically, this consistent action often reignites motivation. So which one really drives success? My answer from decades of experience is unequivocally discipline. Motivation is a wonderful guest, but discipline is the steadfast host. It's the framework. It's the commitment. It's the quiet, unwavering resolve to pursue your goals day in and day out, regardless of how you feel. My challenge to you today is this: stop waiting for motivation to hit you like a lightning bolt. Instead, focus on cultivating small, consistent acts of discipline in your life. What's one small thing you can commit to doing every day, regardless of your mood? It could be 5 minutes of mindful breathing, writing down your goals, reading a chapter of a book, or taking a short walk. Start small. Build that habit. Watch how that small act of discipline begins to ripple outwards, transforming other areas of your life. Embrace the mundane. Find peace in the routine, because it's in those quiet, disciplined moments that true growth happens. It's there you'll build the foundation for unwavering success, a deeper sense of self, and a calmer, more fulfilling life. You have that power within you. Start using it. What's your biggest takeaway? Share in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more insights.